Welcome to Lunareth, where philosophy meets the inner depths of the human mind. Today, we journey into the psychological cosmos of Carl Gustav Jung and uncover how his vision of the psyche forever changed our understanding of personality, consciousness, and the hidden architecture of the soul. In 1921, Jung published one of his most influential works, Psychological Types. At first glance, it might seem like a dry academic book, but in truth, it's a philosophical map of human consciousness, a living attempt to describe the different ways people see the world, feel, and think. To understand where this idea came from, we must go back to a time of deep inner conflict in Jung's life. After his break with Sigmund Freud, Jung entered what he later called a creative illness, a period of chaos, visions, and intense psychological transformation. It was during this descent into the depths of the unconscious that he began to see something fundamental. That people don't just differ in opinions or experiences. They differ in the very structure of their consciousness. Jung noticed that two people could witness the same event, yet experience it as if they lived in different worlds. One would analyze, measure, and categorize. The other would feel, imagine, and intuit hidden meanings. For Jung, these differences were not random. They were expressions of what he called the psychological functions, the fundamental ways in which consciousness relates to reality. He identified four of them: thinking, feeling, sensation, and intuition. Each of us possesses all four, yet one tends to dominate, shaping how we perceive life itself. Thinking seeks truth through logic and structure. Feeling judges through values, what feels harmonious or discordant. Sensation grounds us in the physical, the concrete reality of what is. Intuition, on the other hand, leaps beyond the visible, toward possibilities, symbols, and patterns. Imagine two painters. One captures every detail of a landscape, the texture of the leaves, the reflection of the sky and the water. The other paints the feeling of the scene, a vision that exists beyond the senses. Both are right. Both see truly. They simply use different functions to interpret the same world. Jung didn't stop there. He noticed that these functions could also be directed outward toward the world, or inward toward the self. Thus, he proposed two great attitudes of consciousness, extraversion and introversion. The extrovert draws energy from the external, from activity, people, and interaction. Their consciousness flows outward, seeking engagement with reality as it appears. The introvert, on the other hand, turns inward, toward reflection, imagination, and subjective meaning. Their attention is directed not at the world as it is, but at the inner response to it. Jung saw this duality everywhere, in myths, religions, and human relationships, the thinker and the dreamer, the scientist and the mystic, the rationalist and the poet. It's not that one is better or worse, it's that both are essential halves of the same human whole. By combining these two attitudes with the four functions, Jung described 8 psychological types, 8 fundamental orientations of consciousness. But these were never meant to be boxes or labels. For Jung, they were dynamic patterns, archetypal energies moving through each of us. Understanding your type, Jung believed, was not about classification. It was about integration, learning to see the unseen parts of yourself. Because, as Jung wrote, the meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed. In the next chapter, we'll explore how Jung's typology laid the foundation for modern personality theory, and how it can guide your own process of individuation, the lifelong journey of becoming who you truly are. If you found this exploration meaningful, subscribe to Lunareth, where we illuminate the hidden dimensions of the human soul.